Hi, welcome back to Pit Stop Perspective. I'm Emma,
And I'm Liliana.
and welcome to the pod.
Hey.
So we had the double header of two-thirds of the Triple Crown this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We have the most exciting race and the most boring race.
Yeah. Literally. That's it.
I understand that you can't get rid of Monaco because it's Monaco, but
Yeah.
they need to get them like special chassis just for Monaco that like allow overtaking. There was one successful overtake
Yeah.
for 15th place. Thank you, Lance Stroll.
Yay, Lance. Uh, they should make it like a charity event at this point, you know? Like, keep the race, but just don't make it for points at this point.
Or you know what? It needs to rain every time so we get a repeat. Was it like 96 where only three drivers finished?
I feel like you're right.
I feel like it was 96.
I'm bad with years.
But like to quote Max from last year, I should have brought a pillow.
I was like sitting there and I was like, I mean, I had already got up for the MotoGP race, so it was like fine. But I was sitting there and I was like, man, this is definitely a race. That's, well, even then.
It felt like every race from IndyCar this season without a caution.
Oh my gosh, I know. But it was a decent, like, I mean, there wasn't really much change in from quality to the finish, but I was happy with the finish outcome. So
I mean, I'm never gonna complain about a Lando win.
yeah, it was a good podium. Lando, Charles, Oscar. So
Yeah.
can't
It was
complain.
it was funny that most of the race running or like one at least qualification order was opposite of last year's in that it was Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren last year, and this year it was McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari.
What a year for the Ferraris.
There's a reason that team, when you become a fan, should offer counseling services.
Yeah, it's not looking good this year. But like they can just do what I do and be like, it's our year next year now.
They do that already.
Yeah, I know.
I like that. I at this point, Charles is like next year is our year. We're five races into six. I don't actually know.
I don't know.
Wait, let me check what round we are.
I mean, to
This
be
is
fair to
really
Charles,
messy.
he's signed for life. So he kind of has to be like next year's our year or indefinite or whatever it is.
Round nine. Man, was I off. Because I'm like, oh, IndyCar, that was round five. That was round six.
Yeah.
And IndyCar started earlier. Yeah, and then we had like a month off.
Yeah. Whatever, March or April or whatever it was.
March
Or was it?
and April. We had both had 3 weeks off in between
Yeah.
races. It was St. Pete, 3 weeks off. Thermal, 3 weeks off. Long Beach.
Yeah.
What's crazy was there were more overtakes in the Weenie 500 than there were in the Monaco GP.
Yeah, but the Weenie 500 was so like you can't compare that. You can't compare that to anything else.
The Weenie 500 may have been the greatest spectacle in racing. I know
I
that the
don't.
Indy has that name, but it's
Yeah,
the Weenie.
I don't think I've ever been more excited to watch a race in my entire life.
I truly think that the Weenie 500 could bring in motorsport fans, could make motorsport fans.
Oh, my whole family was watching it with me. Like they're like they'll watch a race if it's turned on, if I have it turned on, but they were like actively watching the Weenie
Yeah.
500 with me.
My brother joined me to watch Indy 500 to avoid doing housework, and he's watching this, and he only watches Formula One, and he doesn't watch every F1 race. But he like tries to watch some of them, and he was like, is this normal? Like, this is crazy. And I was like, actually, it's pretty calm. It's pretty normal.
This is a good day.
I think watching the race, we were all just like, oh my God. And then after it ended, we were like, that was really calm for the 500.
Yeah, just in the moment, it seemed like it was like bam, bam, bam.
Because it all happened at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scotty Mac getting DNFing before the race even started. Oh my
Ugh.
gosh.
He got out of his
Another.
car and I was like, no, get back in. You can do it.
I text you, I go, can't they just change the front wing? Spoiler alert, they could not just change the front wing. It's not like F1.
I wish they could. That'd be kind of sick. I wish they could.
Especially because the IndyCar rule of like you can get out of the car, repair it, and get back in. But I don't know if that is in the 500. If that rule is
I don't know
applicable.
either, but I know the chassis are built. I think probably, I'm assuming just enough differently that the nose getting hit, like messing up the nose on an Indy car messes with you a lot more than it would on an F1 car.
Especially on an oval car rather than the circuit car.
Yeah. I will follow that up though by saying I'm not an engineering student, guys.
I have a
Don't
degree in
know.
sociology.
I try to know the stuff about the cars, but I don't.
Sorry. I just got a really funny text. In the corner of my computer, it just popped up, and I was like, oh no, I can't laugh. Yeah.
Can't laugh. No, no.
Wildest thing from the 500 was Rossi catching on fire.
Oh my god, I know.
Because I went into this race, Rossi's gonna win. Rossi can do it. He won the last time it sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he caught on fire. And then I learned about, in the past, they used to use methane to fuel the tanks, and the fire would come clear. So there's this incident in 1982 where a driver caught on fire, but no one realized it because the fire was clear.
Yeah, that's like a big issue. That's why the methane fires are so dangerous. Because, like, when they burn clear, unless it's actively like on you or you can see like where it's been burnt, you're not seeing it.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying.
So I think altogether, technically, 10 cars DNF'd and disqualified?
I think when I counted, it was 22 finished the race. So add on the 3 that, I mean, I guess they didn't get disqualified, so it's
But
fine.
do we count Nolan as finishing or not?
Shoot. You're right. I didn't count Nolan.
Because
I'm so
Nolan
sorry.
finished ahead of people even though he crashed in the last lap.
I had counted 2 laps before the last lap, and it was 22. So including Nolan, I think it's 21 that fully finished, I guess.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Which is so sad. I was literally devastated. They cut to Nolan in the wall, and then they were like, and Alex Palou has won. And I was like, hold on, give me a second.
Whoa, okay, so the last like DNF was Ryan Hunter-Reay, which was 21st. Nolan finished 13th. Even though he crashed out the last lap because everyone else was a lap down.
Oh. Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for Nolan.
Apparently Dev led more laps than Alex Palou, which is wild.
I saw that statistic. Yeah. Good for him, though. Like, you're winning.
I'm actually looking at the... This is wild. Christian Rasmussen finished 6th.
Yeah.
He didn't run any ovals last year.
Actually,
that's not true. He ran Nashville. That's not true. He did Nashville.
I was like,
because they were fighting to get that car into the leader's circle. It was one of the cars up. like for that 22nd spot. So
Hmm.
Ed Carpenter said, "Hey, like you can race that car, like you can do the rest of the ovals for Nashville." So that's not true. This is his second oval.
Hmm. Yeah. I who was I was
Yeah.
looking at one of the stats and I was like, these like the way this ended up is so insane.
Takuma Sato led the most laps with 51, followed by Ryan Hunter-Reay with 48, then Dev with 17,
Hmm.
tied with Marcus Ericsson with 17 actually. Rossi led 14, Connor Daly led 13, Alex Palou led 14, um, Lil Dave, Pato, both, and Kyle Kirkwood both led, all led two respectively.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to go all the way down because they were disqualified. Jack Harvey led three, Ed Carpenter led one, Christian Rasmussen led eight. Yeah, it
Yep.
was an interesting race for the lead. However, I will admit the last 10 laps were boring.
Yeah. I mean, once Alex got in front, I think
Yeah.
everyone just kind of accepted. Everyone was like, all right.
At the moment, I was so mad about Marcus not winning
Yeah.
again
Yeah.
as an Andretti girl. But the Speedway decided, and I think it would have had more heartbreak if he won and then was disqualified.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I'm like glad in a way that he didn't win and then get bumped because that would have
Yeah,
been a lot more awful, so much more
I
awful.
think that's the general consensus.
Hmm.
Um, Wild to think about last year, David Malukas did not even run the 500, didn't have a seat, had a broken wrist at the time, was doing social media for IndyCar. To then come in second is, I'm a
Crazy.
proud Lil Dave fan. Can't
Yeah.
wait for him to become enormous Dave.
That's
He
what
said after he wins, he'll be enormous Dave.
Big Dave. No, that's what like Nolan and David like
Both had phenomenal races.
yeah, especially for Nolan not making it last year. And like I know he's not technically like a rookie like Robert was or whatever, but like
No, Nolan was a 500 rookie. Nolan was
no, I knew he
considered a
was a
rookie.
500 rookie, but like as of this year, I know he's not like
A rookie, yeah.
or whatever, you know.
I'm now curious about rookie standings
Yeah.
because there's only two rookies this year. So which one is leading? So Louis Foster is leading by 2 points over Robert Schwartzman simply because Robert DNF'd.
Uh yeah. That'll do it.
And that's the edge of the leader circle is Kiffin and Robert.
Oh my god. I was so mad when Kiffin got out.
I think everyone was pissed. And then that snowballed into Stingray.
Bro, I lost my mind because I was like, oh no. And then I was like, oh no, Kiff. Oh my god, Stingray.
Stingray. I was watching with my brother who doesn't know anything about the drivers besides Robert. Um, and like, yeah, was coming in and he was like, "Oh no, Robert DNF'd." Like we were really upset about that. We're big Robert fans in our household.
Oh yeah.
Really annoyed that he had brake failure, and I feel really bad for him.
Yeah.
And then we were like, "Okay," Matthew, my brother, was like, "Stingray, Stingray, like let's go." Man, like I get it. You wanted to get to the Coca-Cola 600, but did you really need to take out two other drivers? Let me be very
Uh,
clear. This is not a Kyle Larson stan page. I don't watch
uh,
NASCAR, but that annoyed me.
yeah. I was like, I mean, I know he didn't mean to, but I was still mad.
It was not even that. It was also like the comments about Scotty Mack DNFing before the race started. That's what made me like, yeah, you DNF'd. Okay, you've no place to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the race was. I mean, it wasn't a mess. It was a really good race.
It was a hot mess,
Yeah, but
but it was good.
it was good. That's what makes it good sometimes.
I love the Indy 500. I just checked my work schedule. I don't have work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so I think I'm gonna go next year.
Ooh, uh, I would want to. I would want to so bad if I could. But
I mean, we'll see. We'll figure it out.
yeah, we have to find out. I have to get an internship first.
Yeah. I need to start the F1 Academy show. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I didn't get home
I
from
know,
work
me
until
too.
10 p.m. last night, and then I've been really busy today. But
I have
uh,
Legos I want to build, so it's perfect. I'll watch it with that.
I need to build my McLaren Formula E Lego still. But I
I
think I'm gonna
have
put it on and make some bracelets.
I've got the Red Bull, but
I just got this really pretty green sparkly bead that
oh my gosh, yeah, our bracelets.
I am going to use for Molly Rob's bracelets.
Those are so pretty.
Because they're like a sparkly green. And I DM'd her. I like messaged her on TikTok and I was like, I'm making you bracelets.
Hey Queen, we
Hey
love you.
Queen, we love you.
This is actually we're getting rid of all of our racing content and we're gonna become a fan page for Molly Rob.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be here for that. You know what? We're gonna become a WAG fan page.
Yep.
There are WAG hate pages. We're gonna be the first WAG fan page, but like for every racing WAG ever. Not ever. Let me rephrase that. Not actively sending hate to anyone because that's not who we are, but like there are
Yeah.
ones I don't.
Yeah. I only have 3 bracelets made right now. Wait, hold on.
I have like 60, I think, for Canada.
Oh, for Canada.
And then
I'm starting Ohio.
I need to find my Ohio collection.
We've got Pato, Stingray Rob. This one just says Andretti.
Speaking of which, Andretti, someone take the pain that comes from Andretti this year and give it to some other team. I don't know what team. Penske. Give it to Penske, honestly. Give it to Penske or Chip Ganassi at this point.
Oh,
Chip Ganassi's winning too much.
maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. I feel like it's the teams I go after.
Hi, Williams is doing well this year.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing better.
What is with everyone texting me right now? My friend just got my TikTok and she goes, this came across my page and I went, oh, that looks like Emma. Oh, wait, that is Emma.
Hey, I think that might be Emma. Oh my god.
I just said, oh my god, that looks like Emma. And it was, in fact, you.
And it was Emma.
It was on Reels. It was my one about me not liking James Vowles.
The Grudge one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. It's been almost a year. I don't care.
I don't
I'm a
think
lifelong grudge holder.
I'll ever get over it.
I don't either.
But what do we have this weekend? We've
Detroit. We got IMSA and Indy in Detroit. We also have
close and I can't go.
We also have Formula E in Shanghai. And we have Barcelona. The last race in Barcelona. I actually like the Barcelona circuit.
I know, me too.
However, this triple
isn't
header.
It a street circuit that's going in?
Yeah. Madring? The Madring, I think is what they're calling it.
Is it in Madrid?
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
This is, however, the triple header of 0 overtaking. IMSA, there's no room to overtake. Monaco, there's no room to overtake. Barcelona, there's a little room to overtake, but not much.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit's cool and all, but it is a I would love to go. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's a street circuit.
Yeah. No overtaking. Yay!
Although last year it was interesting for Indy.
Oh, Detroit. Oh my gosh. Oh, pre-race was interesting.
uh,
Welcome back, boyfriend teammates. Is that what you were talking about? Because that's what I was talking about.
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
If you aren't aware of what we are referring to, last year there was an on-track incident during practice between Santino Ferrucci and Kyle Kirkwood, and separately Santino Ferrucci and Colton Herta. And he was like, both of them turned into me. They did not. And first he tried to fight them in the pit lane. He tried to fight Kyle. Then on the mic while being interviewed, he goes, yeah, him and his boyfriend teammate both tried to turn in on me during Pride Month.
I can't with the boyfriend teammate.
I think it was the fact that, I don't know if it was the fact that it was Pride Month, it was the boyfriend teammate, the fact that it was live, it was never addressed.
I think it was all of it together.
I like that it's never been addressed.
No. You know, that's probably one of those where you just like, you're like, you know what? Yeah. It happened, you know.
I also did learn that there are Ferrucci fans out there.
Really? I mean, I don't mean to sound surprised, but
No,
I just don't see
I
them.
am, just because like he has like a very negative reputation, especially within like the formula sphere of racing, in his actions in F2.
Yes.
And it was really interesting. I saw a TikTok of somebody at IMS wearing like a Ferrucci jacket. And I was just very surprised. It was cute,
I
don't
mean,
get me wrong.
I feel like that has it's very, I don't want to say it's the same situation, but I could say it's probably
Similar to
similar. It
Dan.
relates a little bit like Dan Tickdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dan's chilling out a lot right now, mellowing out, especially as the older driver on a team. I think he's like kind of calmed down.
Yeah. I was talking to someone about this, but like, I feel like there's very much two different perspectives on Dan right now. You know, there's like what people see if they only watch the races, and then you got like him doing a Mr. Beast video, you know? So if you're only watching him doing the races and stuff, like he's like still low key aggressive,
Yeah. And I
but
think
like the stuff he's saying, if he was in a winning car, it's considered a winner's mentality, you know. But when he's not in a winning car, it's whiny.
yeah. And there's like, if you did follow his lower Formula Series, he's tend to have this attitude. But I was talking to people who know him and who have like work in Formula E, and they're like, no, he's like really mellowed out this year. And I think the documentary showed that. I still haven't gotten around to watching it.
Yeah.
But his episode has shown that like, hey, like this is a real dude. Like,
Yeah.
we grow up, we mature. He's still in his 20s. Like,
People grow up all the time. Like,
exactly.
there's a
That's
lot
why,
of race car drivers who have had questionable issues in the past.
I mean, you're given such a large platform when
Yeah.
you're just surrounded by so much. Like, I don't know how to describe what like the environment is. I hate that I'm saying like 80 times. You just, the atmosphere around racing and the environment that these drivers grow up with is not the greatest, and it's gonna have negative repercussions. And especially growing up with the internet in this day and age, everything is forever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah. I don't even know how to like put my thoughts into words for this, but you said it.
I was like, when does WEC come back? But I think the next WEC race is probably Le Mans,
I think it's Le Mans.
which I'm gonna learn how to. I have to
Yeah.
figure out how to get that in Canada. Figure that out. That is not a problem to think about right now.
It was either Le Mans or was there something in between maybe?
When is 24 Hours of Spa?
It's after Le Mans. Calendar. Yeah. Okay, Le Mans next. And then it's Brazil, US, Japan, and Bahrain.
When do LMP2s come back in IMSA? I need to look at when the endurance section of IMSA is.
I know they come back for Road Atlanta. I don't know how much earlier.
The Glen.
Okay.
Debating
Like, I know
going
they're
to
back
that.
for the last race.
Just debating going to that. No, I am not, because I will be in Canada the week before.
Okay. That's, yeah.
We were talking about this. The GT, the Virginia race is August 22nd to 24th.
Oh, I have orientation. I think that's the same week though as the Coke 400.
Oh, it might be.
Because that's usually the same week as my orientation too.
The Coke Zero Sugar 400 is, yeah, that weekend.
They call it the Coke Zero Sugar?
Mm-hmm. It's not Coke Zero. It's called the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
Oh, I've just called it the Coke 400 this whole time.
Because there's the Coke 600.
Yeah, but 400's a different number.
Different track.
Yeah, different state. But yeah, it's always that weekend because all the new students are moving in and they go to the race.
That's nice, though. We don't. New Orleans is just unbearably hot to do anything. I mean, so is Florida.
Yeah. Florida's kind of awful to move in.
Yeah,
But it's okay.
the first day of classes last year was 115, I want to say, with like 100% humidity.
Yeah, when I moved into my dorm last year, it was 104. Which is fun. I'm not built for it, but it's fun.
I know. I'm like, right now, literally before we started recording, I was complaining about how cold it is up northeast. It's like 65, by the way. And then I'm here complaining 110 is so bad. I feel very
To be fair,
complaining about the
the
weather.
both of us kind of took like literally the opposite like ends. We go from very cold to very warm a lot.
Also, why am I sitting like this right now? Laying out on my bed like that. Yes, I do not have a recording space set up yet that I need to do.
I'm just on my desk.
I don't have a desk in my room. I just have a makeup table.
Oh, real?
Anytime we tried to get me a desk, it just turned into a makeup table. I think that says a lot about me.
My desk and my makeup have to stay separate because I spill them a lot.
Yeah, at school I had two desks. I had a makeup table and a desk.
Which is fine. Oh, I'm excited for. I'm looking at my calendar. There's literally a race every weekend as far as I can tell.
What is the weekend of the, like, 6th?
I might have been wrong. I have IMSA written up there for some reason right now.
I will be not on the internet that weekend, so there is no IMSA that weekend.
Yeah, I just had it written down wrong.
If we're off from racing that weekend, that's actually good because I cannot watch the races. I am going to adult summer camp that weekend.
I think we are, because the next weekend is St. Louis in Canada.
I'm sorry, did you just call it St. Louis? It's St. Louis.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. That's how everyone up here pronounces it.
I've always known it as St. Louis. But it
I feel
also
like it
bothers me
definitely
when people say Nolans or New Orleans instead of New Orleans. The city is New Orleans, but the parish instead of counties is Orleans Parish. It's complicated.
hmm, all I got is the French cities in Michigan.
Oh gosh. Every time I try to speak French, I just butcher it, and I feel bad because I did live in France.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm terrible with foreign languages, which is just so American of me to not be able to speak another language.
I can handle Spanish, which
I
you
can
would think
read
means I
them.
can handle French.
No, the pronunciations are so different. I can read them. I just can't speak them.
Yeah, I can handle reading French after knowing Spanish.
Yeah.
Not much more than that.
Yeah, the same thing with Italian.
Yeah,
All the romance languages.
and it makes me think because like sometimes I'll just be sitting there and I'll hear something over one of the radios that's like in French or Italian. I'm like, I bet I could figure that. I can't ever figure it out.
Sorry.
Like I know.
Did you see me just like lose it? Um, there's a lot of okay, for context, I currently am the only person in my friend group with a full-time job employed as of today, which is kind of wild to think about because I have the most unemployed friend energy. Like I am the unemployed friend on a Tuesday you just have in the middle of the woods somewhere. That is usually me.
Real?
So, one of them was quit her job and the other one was fired today and um she goes, "You should have worked for my old job, the one that like she quit because it was so bad and like just caused chaos,"
Oh, real?
which I kind of approve. I didn't say that. What?
What?
I cannot find a comfortable position.
I feel like we thought we would have so much more to talk about with the 500.
I know. I think we kind of covered it because there was so much and then yet so little.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so much if you don't discuss it every week and the lead up and all the practices and all of
Yeah.
that.
Because, like, that one after we took that week off, we had like an hour and 15 minutes of stuff.
Exactly. But just Monaco's just so boring and there was no Formula E.
Nope. I mean, there's MotoGP.
I don't follow that. I need to get into it. I just haven't had time to learn the rules.
I think my favorite part when having new people get into MotoGP is the butt shots on the camera.
Oh, I've
seeing
seen
their
that. I've
reactions
seen
to
that. I've seen Mark Marquez's, yeah.
Yeah, because you're just sitting there, so unexpected. Bam.
I saw somebody say this, IndyCar, if the FIA actually like governed it and there wasn't like its own governing body, how much would they lose their mind?
Oh my god, so much.
Georgina. Georgina
Would not
itself.
be allowed. Gone.
Literally everything that occurred during the 500 and the lead up to it. The concept of the Last Row Party, which is a fundraiser hosted every year that celebrates the Last Row qualifiers. This is a real event that occurs the Thursday before.
Isn't the whoever governs the American racing series, aren't they technically a branch of the FIA?
They are, but like, I don't see Mohammed Ben Sulayem being like, "I'm gonna check out IndyCar.
I'm gonna go.
Like, I'm gonna
see
go
what's
to.
up over there.
I'm gonna go to Dega." I'm sorry.
We're going to
Imagine
Talladega this
Mohammed
year.
Ben Sulayem at Talladega.
No.
Give him to one of them, like random not Gulf South, like deep South state races. Martinsville,
You gotta put
Bristol.
him in the camper section. You gotta put him with the people that have like the
The infield
beer can
Talladega.
Christmas
I have never watched
Yeah.
Talladega. I did see the Daily Mail's coverage, though, on TikTok of interviewing people, which also the Daily Mail should not be my form of coverage for NASCAR, but apparently it is. Um, yeah, would love to. The European mind cannot comprehend that. The parachuting down that happens at every IndyCar race with an American flag.
Oh yeah. That happens at Miami though, and it I'm trying to remember someone was like freaked out. The someone was sitting like in my area. I don't know if I can't remember if it was like behind me or next to me or what. But it like freaked someone out because they jumped out of the plane, 3 Red Bull parachuters or whatever during the national anthem. But it freaked the person behind me out so bad. They're like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh
This is
yeah,
normal.
parachuters."
I forget, non Americans watch this. Also, the Indy 500 had more US viewers than Monaco GP did. And Carb Day this year was the most attended Carb Day in history, I believe, with 75,000 people.
Well, to be fair,
The Weenie 500 is to
the
thank for
Weenie
that.
500.
You had the Weenie 500 and All American Rejects. Oh, I would have been there if I could.
I literally would have been like that. I think after that, I could have been like, "All right, life is complete. I'm good."
I don't even need to see the 500.
Yeah, I saw the wieners, and I saw.
I truly think nobody had more fun than Townsend, Hinge, and Will Buxton commentating the Weenie 500.
Oh, absolutely. They seemed like they had a great time.
The puns were out of control.
They were so good, though. I loved
just
it.
slippery wiener.
I couldn't. I was like sitting there the entire time just giggling.
I was cracking up. It was up there. I think the greatest things that have occurred on the internet in the last week, live streamed, were the Weenie 500 and John Mulaney wrestling some 14-year-olds last night. Which I did not know was happening. I was on Twitter yesterday, saw about it, looked on my phone, and it was starting in like 10 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'll watch it. It went exactly as I was expecting. But what I was not expecting was an R&B boy band to come out after and serenade. At like 11:30 last night.
How did this go?
Oh, he lost to 3 14-year-olds. Oh. All in suits. Right. They were all in suits and they were wrestling.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah. I'll send you the video.
Beautiful.
I am a big John Mulaney fan, so I was very entertained by that.
Oh, absolutely. That would be amazing. If you just played that on a continuous loop every weekend, like you played like the Weenie 500 every Friday, but like new speedway, you know.
Honestly, IndyCar should have the Weenie car, the Weenie cars, the Wienermobiles race every week. Yeah. Georgia with the Weenie whistle.
You'll have every weekend the Weenies and Indy.
That's all anyone needs in life. Yeah. You know what? Get rid of Indy next. We're gonna have the Wiener cars be the feeder series.
The Wiener race is actually moving to Sunday now. IndyCar is taking the back seat. They're having the Friday race.
That being said, I would love for Freedom Friday to come back, which is the Freedom 100 to come back. I think that Saturday could have it. Do it, please. Like, the next drivers and the feeder series drivers deserve the chance to race at IMS.
Oh yeah, I want to see the 100, the Freedom 100. So,
especially because the winners of that have a history of going on to IndyCar. I believe Colton Herta, Kyle, and Pato have all won it.
I just know Colton Herta.
I know Colton won it.
I'm really bad at history.
No, I just saw the Colton photo earlier today when I saw something about it.
Oh, real? Okay. That makes sense then.
I'm not emotionally prepared to watch the new F1 Academy series and have to deal with Logan. Like,
I'm gonna be so upset.
I have not prepped myself emotionally for this.
I'm gonna see him, and it's gonna be like one of those clips of like, you know, like in the movies where it's like
the dead girlfriend,
the dead mom. That's what it's gonna be like.
There's that, and then there's also the whole Ken Block storyline that's probably gonna come up for Leah, which is just gonna make me so sad. Because I woke up to a text this morning from a friend who's watching it, and she was like, I didn't realize Ken Block only passed away in 2023. And I was like, yeah, like a month before Leah got in that car. And I just know he's so proud of her.
Oh, absolutely.
That whole family is incredible racers.
Yeah. My family's not like that.
No, we don't have one hobby that everyone does in my household. Also, not everyone's good at everything.
Yeah. I mean, we dance, but not professional, not any of us professionally.
My brother, mom, and I all played tennis. My dad did not. So.
Yeah. So it's crazy that they're just all good at it.
Yeah, and that, like, even their mom, Lucy, picked it up when she started dating Ken. Watching their Baja 1000 campaign made me want to, like, learn how to rally race in UTVs.
I should join my school's team.
You should. I didn't know how to drive manual, so I couldn't. Dude, we're gonna be rally drivers. I'll drive. You are my navigator. Let's go. Carlos Sainz has nothing on me. Has nothing on us. Carlos Sainz Sr.
All right, guys. We got this. We can...
I have a friend who has Eleanor tattooed on her hands.
I think we talked about that.
We probably have. I feel like I need to do it. And just sitting there with the map being like directions, like a compass, being like, yeah, I still don't know the way to go.
Nope. It'd be so bad.
Pull a Santino Ferrucci and bring our phone in the car.
Slow down.
Pull a Santino and have our phone in the car.
Hold on, I gotta get Google Maps, guys.
In New Jersey, there's a wiener dog race.
Yes. They have one in Daytona, too.
They have one in New Orleans, but, like, I kind of want to go. I can't. I'm going to be in Canada, but...
Still fun. The idea's there, though. Oh my gosh, why am I, like, tired?
Lily Ziemner has a sister?
I saw that.
They look identical.
Like I was like, oh my gosh.
I love doing this every so often. Whenever we record, I scroll through Instagram. This is David Malukas ballroom dancing for Sarah.
Oh my god, is he teaching how to do like the whisk thing?
I think so.
Love that. Love that for him.
Same, just king.
Get him on Dancing with the Stars now.
Somebody literally wrote, Dancing with the Stars, I've got a proposal for you. I mean, look how good Hinch did.
I know.
Please give us another IndyCar driver. Helio won, but his win is just weird.
I can't even remember what season it was.
4, I think.
I know, it was one of the really early ones. I want to say
4. And he did kiss Julianne Hough during one of their performances.
Yeah.
They were both with other people at the time. Yeah.
Season.
I think it was 4.
Season 5.
Ah, I was almost there.
Close. Yeah. If Elio could do it, then James could do it, David can do it. He'll win. He's got this. I believe in him.
Give me an
myself
all
as a silly
athletes
horse.
Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
at this point, because they always look like a horse, like a newborn horse stumbling on new legs.
I was
Always.
gonna say, let's get a race car driver Dancing with the Stars season.
Put a NASCAR driver on there.
Okay. I'm gonna set it up. Okay, ready? Joey Logano. We're gonna get up there. We're gonna get David Malukas.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. We're gonna get Mark Marquez. We're gonna
Who do
get
I feel
Max
like has
Verstappen.
the worst rhythm? Oh, Charles.
Yep, we're gonna get Max and Charles.
Ollie. Ollie.
I was gonna say Baby Giraffe. I watched that.
You
The
texted
Racing Stars
Ollie
soccer
looks like
game.
the soccer game. You watched it and you go, Ollie looks like a giraffe, and I was like, I didn't like, yes, and then I saw the clip of him trying to headbutt the ball, and then I was like, oh yeah, like really.
Oh, she meant it.
Very much a panda, also.
Who else?
Isaac Hajar. You know what? All the rookies.
Yeah. We could get Crazy Pull. We're gonna pull Pascal Wehrlein.
I'm like trying to think.
We're gonna pull Jensen Button just because I want that.
That's what I was thinking.
He's in WEC, so it's fine. He's still racist.
Think. Robert Kubica.
Okay. Mick Schumacher.
Mick would do really
Mick Schumacher
well.
and Riley.
They would do well. I could see Mick winning.
Oh yeah. I think that's like a full list.
Yeah. We need some women.
It'll happen.
No, I want Dory.
Yes. Dorian.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You know who I know?
Who?
Nikola Zoloff. And his routine would be to big bomb. Also, congratulations to Nikola Zoloff for being the most winningest driver in F3 history, I believe.
He's never going to escape that.
No.
That TikTok. Nope.
Every time he wins, he comes back up.
That's forever now.
The internet is forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that he's embraced it. He likes almost every comment about it.
Yeah, he's embraced it. But to be fair, you kind of have to at this point.
Whatever happened to Little Bumbaclat, the other guy in the video?
I think he's still racist.
There were two of them, but it has not followed him the way it has followed Nikola.
Yeah, I think it was because Nikola was the one that posted it and was like in the front.
He was not the one that posted it. He was in the front, but he wasn't the one that posted it. Also, his TikTok account is a wild place.
I'm going to find this.
So I have a proposal of driving down to the Jersey Shore to go buy Scotty Mac some Jersey Shore merch.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I found it. The video.
Oh, I have it saved to my camera roll.
Oh.
Okay, there's a reason for that. I actually saved it this week because I was texting it when he won. I texted it to 8 people.
It needs to be like a...
He needs to release merch with it. Or collab with the guy who sings it.
I can't.
Oh, this was the ad for the John Mulaney fight.
I can't with that. God, I'm so ready for Le Mans though. I'm gonna be...
I have to figure out when I can schedule time to watch all 24 hours. Because I can't watch it live.
I think I can, as of right now. So I will be.
Why can't they put back Le Mans onto a weekend where no other races are happening like last year? It was great. There was nothing competing with it last year. It was also my first endurance race.
Yeah. Last year was good. I would like if they could not have any other races, but Le Mans takes my priority, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that. If I wasn't going to be at the Grand Prix, that would be a different
Yeah, if you weren't
story.
literally there,
Yeah.
I get that. That makes sense.
And it's also like not just F1. If it was just versus F1, I'd have like I'd kind of watch F1, but like really watch Le Mans. The fact that it's both F1, Indy, and Le Mans.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
also FE?
Maybe?
I know there's one Formula E race that some of the drivers are not racing in the Formula E race.
I thought that was for Brazil.
It might be.
Because I know
There's no race that
Nick,
weekend.
yeah, because
There's
Nick is missing FE to go race in
there's
Brazil.
only 4 countries left.
For FE?
Yeah, there's 6 races left, but there's only
Oh my god, and then the
sorry.
season doesn't start back up until
I
December.
know. There's Shanghai, Jakarta, Berlin, London. Series is
Oh
over
my
in
god.
July.
That we what have August, September, October, November.
I know.
No.
And then we have like the December race and then a mad break always.
Yeah, I get it though. It's December, family time.
I do love that F1 was like, how can we show how can we make this very American? Let's race Lego cars. And then IndyCar said, hold my beer, we're gonna race the Wienermobiles.
Hold on, we're racing massive hot dogs.
Yeah. That can fit 6 people in it at a time.
Bro, I want to ride in one so bad. You don't
You can request
understand.
them for events. Yeah.
So like,
You know what we should do?
I turned 20 this year, so 20th birthday party, Wienermobile.
Absolutely. I was gonna say if we go to the Nashville Grand Prix, we request them.
Hey, can you guys like pull up? Hey, wieners, do you guys want to pull up to Ohio by any chance?
Here, I'm sending you the link right now.
I can request the Wienermobile. I'm trying to think, like,
You have to
do I
plan
go?
to serve Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles.
Where my dogs? Oh, where my dog's at? That's so good. Guys,
I love that.
do you plan to serve Oscar Mayer products?
You know, you should get it for orientation.
Next year, I could. I think it's a little late this year, but that's okay. My grad party for I'm not gonna have one of those, but I will start one just to get the Wienermobile there.
If I ever get married,
Yeah,
I will have the Wienermobile at my wedding. And I think the funniest
honestly,
part is that I almost applied to drive the Wienermobile. I don't eat hot dogs.
if I don't get a job out of college, I'm gonna apply.
It's a good job. It pays terribly, but it's a job. There's
Well,
health insurance,
not
and you get
that
to
bad.
see
You
the
get health
country.
benefits. It's like 45K a year plus health.
Not that much.
That's what it said when I looked at the application.
When I looked, it said 32. I also want the merch that says "There's only one wiener."
I just want the Weenie 500 merch.
That
In
is the
general.
Weenie 500 merch. It says "There's only one wiener,"
Is that what it says?
but
Need
it's
it.
$40.
I know. I don't want to pay $40 for that shirt, bro. Please.
You can find us on social media at pitstop.perspectives, and you can find me at fastcarfangirl.
And you can find me on both TikTok and Instagram at Liliana's Racing Diaries.
We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye.